Hello everyone. Welcome to Spring Boot Tutorial Episode 9. This is my channel Proto Hub. In this video, I will walk you through primary annotation usage in Spring Boot. So today, to have this discussion, we have a guest with us. Welcome Priya. How you doing?
I'm doing really good, and thanks for asking.
So, Priya, do you have any idea on primary annotation and its usage in Spring Boot?
Yes, Chan, I have theoretical idea on primary annotation and its usage.
Oh, that's really great Priya. You can please explain it.
Thank you, Chan. Primary annotation is actually used to set preferences for the same type of beans in the application. For example, if there are 3 or 4 beans of same type, then primary annotation will set preference on which bean needs to be auto-wired. It can be used along with @bean, @component, and some other annotations.
Well explained Priya. Now, we will look into primary annotation usage in practical. First let us look into the scenario 1. We will create a class named Google Pay. Inside the class, we declare a string payment user. After that we create a parameterized constructor that accepts an argument. Now assign the argument's value to the payment user string. After that override the toString method from the superclass object. Then create another class named payment users and then annotate the class using configuration. Now let us create 3 beans of type Google Pay. So, first create a method named TonyPayment of return type Google Pay and annotate the method with bean annotation. Then, create a method named StevePayment of return type Google Pay and annotate the method with bean annotation and annotate the method with primary annotation. Hence, the primary annotation used here is to give preference to the particular bean when multiple beans of same bean type is declared. Then, create a method named BrucePayment of return type Google Pay and annotate the method with bean annotation. Now, we have 3 beans of same bean type. And among those 3, 1 bean is annotated with primary annotation to give preference to it. Now in the main class, add the object configuration application context. In the next line, get the bean of Google Pay class and print it on the console. It is expected that the bean method annotated with primary annotation will be called, and the value will be printed on the console. Now, let us start the application and verify the output. After running the application, you can verify that the bean method annotated with primary annotation is called. If more than 2 bean methods of same bean type is annotated with primary annotation, then the application will not start. This is the error we will see on the console. In the scenario 2, we will create an interface named Payment App. And we will declare a method named getAPIInfo. Then, we will create a class named PayPal that will implement Payment App interface. Annotate the class with component annotation. Then, annotate this class with primary annotation to give this class a preference over the other classes. After that, implement the method and define it. In similar way, we will implement a class named Google Pay that will implement Payment App interface. Annotate the class with component annotation. After that, implement the method and define it. After that, create a class Payment Test User and annotate it with component annotation. Now auto-wire the Payment App interface for declaration. Then, define a method, displayPayment, and return get API info methods data. After all, create an object for configuration application context and get the bean from payment test user. Then, print the method display payment on the console. Now, let us start the application and check the output. We can see that the PayPal class annotated with primary annotation has got the preference and the data is printed on console. Now, when I change the primary annotation from PayPal class to Google Pay class, the Google Pay class bean will be invoked on application start. Now, let us start the application and check the output. We can see that the Google Pay class annotated with primary annotation has got the preference and the data is printed on console. It is expected that the class annotated with primary annotation will be used, and the method inside it will be invoked and printed. It is because the class annotated with primary annotation will have more precedence over the other classes. Then, how can we use the method available in rest of the classes? For this, we can use qualifier annotation by specifying the bean name in it, so that the particular bean gets called. If you are not aware of the qualifier annotation, then click on the card on right top corner to watch the episode 7 to know more about qualifier. Now, we can see the scenario 3, where the primary annotation, component annotation are already there. Now, we will try to use the qualifier annotation to invoke the other class bean. In payment test user class, annotate the bean instantiation with qualifier annotation and set the value as PayPal, which is not annotated with primary annotation. Now, let us run the application and verify that the PayPal class is being invoked, because we specified the bean to be of type PayPal inside the qualifier. Now, when I start the application, we can see that the PayPal class method output is printed on console. This is because we preferred that auto-wired bean to be qualified for the type PayPal. That's it for this video. Hope you and Priya have understood the usage of primary annotation in Spring Boot.
Yes, Chan. It was really a great episode, and I have understood on how to use the primary annotation in practice.
Thanks for acknowledging, Priya. See you all in the next video with another such exciting topic. Thank you.